Good morning. I'm Larry Hayward, a pastor at Westminster Presbyterian Church in Alexandria, Virginia. I've been preparing for my upcoming classes on Christian formation and 8 biblical characters. And I came across a saying from Jewish Midrash that I believe I've shared with you before in a sermon. The saying is this: truth is shattered into 1,000 pieces when God throws it down to earth. This saying speaks well to the heightened situation that we are in, where we are more than ever aware of the people with whom we live because we're with them 24 hours a day, the people in our neighborhood because we see and talk with them more than we ever have before, the people we love and don't get to see. We're also more aware of our own thoughts and fears, for if we are alone, it is they which most accompany us. I imagine in families there are many truths these days: stress, tension, playfulness, humor, the pull between teaching children in such a way that they do not fall behind in school versus letting them learn from the situation we are in, and figuring that many children will be behind whenever school resumes, and together we'll figure out what to do. There is a reason that traditional marriage vows proclaim allegiance in joy and in sorrow, in plenty and in want, in sickness and in health. For each experience, each stage brings its new truth, sometimes harsh, sometimes energizing, sometimes both. In our national discussion, we are seeing the truth of the need for people to return to work and the economy to begin its recovery, versus the truth that economic vitality will not return without people to make, buy, and sell goods, people who are safe and healthy. For years, psychoanalysts have compared the process of probing one's past to peeling an onion. One layer of meaning gives way to another as we seek the core to understanding who we are, what we have experienced. Perhaps a different model is literally putting together the pieces of our lives which lie in 1,000 pieces, like broken glass on a kitchen floor. It doesn't have to be a frightening image. Even broken glass sparkles in the sunlight. The image of truth shattered into 1,000 pieces is less layered than the peeling of an onion, more chaotic, but also perhaps more true to life as we know it. What appeals to me about this image is not that glass is shattered into 1,000 pieces, but that each piece is part of truth, and that it is God whom from the farthest reaches of heaven has cast the truth to earth that we might discover the pieces and put them together. This reminds us that virtually every aspect of an event or an experience contains a truth within it. My wife Maggie spent a good deal of yesterday cleaning out an upstairs bedroom and going through old family photo albums from her childhood. Hers was a large family and they took hundreds of pictures. Each picture contains a truth. And part of what she was doing was putting the 1,000 pieces of truth together in her own mind and memory. The second aspect of this image that appeals to me is the idea that it is God who throws truth to earth for us to put together. The shards and shreds of truth we find in the time we are walking the face of the earth all come from God. They do not lie outside God, away from God. They are not more powerful than God. And even when times are tough, it's a joy and privilege to put them together. They ultimately come from the benevolent hand of God. Truth is shattered into 1,000 pieces when God throws it down to earth. 1,000 pieces for which we search, sometimes painfully, sometimes joyfully, in which we put together in a coherent and beautiful whole. So whether you have stress or time on your hands, whether you are yearning for more alone time, or if you are alone far more than you desire, I hope you will trust the shards of truth you encounter during these days of coronavirus and find life as you put them together, life which sparkles with beauty. Amen.